Hello everybody, welcome to the show. I'm your host David Burrows and this is episode number 54.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Tell me you're ready.
Hello everybody once again, and as always, thank you for taking the time to stop on by here on the show. Got a great show lined up for you. 2 separate interviews this week from local artists here in Sarnia, Ontario. We'll be coming up to that in just a moment. But before we get started, I'd like to shout out for some help from all of you viewers. Of course, you know about the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy affecting many families. In fact, devastating to many families, losing their homes, all their possessions, and well, I don't need to paint the picture for you. You understand what's happening there. So here at the Southern Star Network, Michael McCormick, host of 21st Music Renaissance here at the Southern Star Network, put together a special show, and you're going to want to take the time to watch that. Now, if you're not watching my show through Southern Star Network, you can visit there at southernstarnetwork.com, watch his show, as well as you'll see some links that you can click on to donate some of your money. Now help these families out. It's only $1, it's $2, it's $20, it's whatever you can afford. Even if it is only $1, you will be helping out families who have lost their homes and are really in turmoil from the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy. So please take the time to visit southernstarnetwork.com and make your donation today. All right, let's get on with the show now. First of all, we're going to talk to Kathy Shortt from Sarnia, Ontario, Canada here. And she's got a new CD out called Wild Daisies. And she's having a CD release party here in Sarnia at the new Jack Doyles in the Metro Room. And Kathy took the time to talk to us here on the show, talk about her new CD and where proceeds are going to be going to for this special event. So take a look at this interview with Kathy Shortt talking about her new CD, Wild Daisies, and then we'll be back. All right, here we are once again on the show, and as always, we're going to showcase some local talent here in Sarnia, Ontario, and we're down at Jack Doyles in Sarnia, and joining me this week on the show, Kathy Shortt. How are you, Kathy?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. Very excited. Coming up November the 23rd here at Jack Doyles, you've got your CD release, your new CD, Wild Daisies. And talk about your CD and how that got started for you.
We started recording the CD in 2011, or 2010 actually.
Okay.
At DNA Studios with Adam Miner,
Right.
the engineer and producer. And yeah, so a lot of musicians came out and recorded with us, and it was a lot of fun, and it's always kind of nice to...
So now you're going to showcase that off, and you've got some other people joining you here that night as well. Who's coming along for that?
Claude, Adam Miner, Carol Lajoie, Anne Reed, and
Jim Chevalier.
Jim Chevalier, yes.
Right. So lots of great local talent. That's exciting. Is there a cost to come and see you?
It's $5 admission,
Okay.
and all proceeds go to hospice.
Oh, great. Awesome. So $5, and you're going to have CDs here that night as well?
Yes.
Is there somewhere else in town that where can we pick up this CD?
The Cheeky Monkey,
Right.
and also hospice.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Arctopia.
Artopia. Okay, great. We'll make sure we put that all up on the screen and remind everybody.
And one more place.
Oh, okay.
Avenue 3.
Avenue 3. Great. Now, how long? Let's talk about your genre. Do you have a genre that you would put this in?
I would say it's easy listening, rockish, a little on the countryside, a little bit of
everything.
everything that you're kind of influenced.
Yeah, sure.
in your lifetime.
And who are your influences as a musician?
Well, geez, that depends on the day. There's
Yeah.
so many great artists. You know, as a child, for sure, it was like, you know, of course, Michael Jackson and all that kind of thing. And now, well, Adele's she's very good, great singer.
She sure
But
is.
you know, the Beatles. I mean, I'm very kind of like the old rock
Right.
kind of stuff. I do like the new stuff too, but you know,
Awesome.
I like it all really.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
Music.
I think,
I love music.
and now tickets are available here at Jack Doyles,
Yes, they are.
and are they available anywhere else?
They're at the Cheeky Monkey,
Monkey.
yes,
Okay.
and Arctopia, and the hospice as well,
Right.
and Avenue 3.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for your time. Very excited. And once again, the $5 all going to St. Joseph's Hospice here in Sarnia. And going to have lots of great entertainment here. Anything else you want to add before we go?
Yeah, I just like to thank family and friends for all the support, and come on out and have a good time, and yeah, it'll be a good night.
Awesome. Kathy Shortt, thank you so much for your
Yeah,
time.
and thank you.
Congratulations on your release of your
Thanks.
CD, Wild Daisy.
Thank you.
Once again, Kathy Shortt here, her release coming up November the 23rd here at Jack Doyles. Tickets $5. We'll have that information. And right now, we're going to play Wild Daisies. So turn up the speakers and listen to Kathy Shortt, Wild Daisies, right here on the show.
Isn't it funny how things work out? Sometimes things go so well, then someone pulls a rock right from under you, then you're living in hell. I bet you think it's crazy when you search for something all over the place. Then you look over your shoulder and it's there in your face. Wild daisies are the flowers for me. Restitution is what I need. Summer's breeze lets me rest easy. Oh, lets me rest easy. Yeah. Isn't it amazing when you love someone with all of your heart? Tears you apart. I bet you think it's strange when you see someone and you know them from before. Another life, another time, another planet, some kind of passage door. Wild daisies are the flowers for me. Restitution is what I need. Wild daisies and a summer's breeze lets me rest easy. Lets me rest easy.
Kathy Shortt once again there for you, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Kathy, for a copy of Wild Daisies. Really enjoying this. As Kathy mentioned, many different genres on her CD and many, many people to thank. I hope I got everybody up on the screen there for you, Kathy. And congratulations on your CD release party happening down at Jack Doyles in the Metro Room Friday, November 23rd here in Sarnia, Ontario. Tickets are only $5 and going to the local St. Joseph's Hospice here in Sarnia, Ontario. Now, if you'd like to get a copy of Kathy's new CD, if you're here in Sarnia, you can stop down at Cheeky Monkey and pick up your copy. Or if you'd like to order it online, you can go to cheekymonkeysarnia.ca and they'll make arrangements for you to get a copy of Kathy Shortt's new CD called Wild Daisies. Once again, Kathy, thank you so much, and congratulations on your new CD. All right, everybody, we're going to take a really quick break, got to pay some bills, and then when we come back, Markurs Andrew will be here to talk to us.
Cheeky Monkey, the greatest CD store. Cheeky Monkey, movies and more. Cheeky Monkey, the greatest CD store in town. Cheeky Monkey, the greatest CD store in town.
Welcome back once again here on the show. All right, coming up now, this is a little bit different than what we're used to here on the show. Or in fact, it's just a genre we haven't really talked about yet. And it kind of came up last minute. Fortunately, I had the privilege of meeting this young, very talented gentleman here from Sarnia, Ontario as well. Markurs Andrew. We came across this through the Cheeky Monkey website, and so glad that we did, because this young man is an incredible, talented young man. Now, he says his genre is post-rock, and he'll talk about that in this interview. But this young man does all his own video, all his editing, all his music. He's a one-man show. 20 years old, Markurs Andrew talks about his newest video called Satellites, available for free. He just wants you to take it, steal it, share it, whatever you want to call. So here to talk to us now about his latest video, Satellites. This is Markurs Andrew. Take a look at this, and we'll be back with more. Here we are once again on the show, and for the second time this week, a local artist, and something of a bit of a different genre this week. And we're happy to be talking to Markurs Andrew. How are you, Markurs?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, thanks for stopping by here.
No problem.
You've got sort of a different style of music to what we've talked about here. Tell the viewers what your genre is.
I classify it as post-rock. But really the combination that I came down to, because it took months of, experimentation to find my right sound. Like I experimented with rap, actually. Right. I experimented with just straight up acoustic. But it came down to taking my main influences and just combining them and stirring them into one pot. Right. So I started out with like an acoustic songwriting bass, and then I start building off of it because I do produce myself, right? Right. So I have a lot of influence, like I said, with rap and like rap beats and just the drums in that. I really wanted to make my drums kind of stand out and be unique. So I started with acoustic, and then I lay over some rap beat drums like snaps, right, hits, snares, all that. And then I always, growing up, I loved the epic feel of like violin, like orchestra. So I incorporated that also. And then some random like space-like sounds here and there, and just finding the right sounds is perfect. But I guess I call it post-rock because it's rock, but it's more than rock. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, and and that's a common question I ask here on the show, and it's a difficult question to answer what genre you are, because but your music and your style is you've got your own sound going on in there, and we're going to play this video coming up shortly. But what I find really interesting about your music and about your videos, like you've put a video out before you've put an album out. Usually absolutely. It's the other way around. Yeah, I've been editing video for years now, and I've worked professionally in the video field. Right. So my experience with that is far beyond my experience with producing music, actually. Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. But you're unique also in the sense that you do your own music, your own writing, your own producing, your own editing. You're your own everything. Yeah, I really want to cover every platform of the product of a music, like, right, because what you're making when you make music is a product. You're selling it to a label. You're selling it to people who want to hear it. Right. It's literally your product, and I want mine to be mine. I don't want anyone to touch it. You want all creative control. I want 100% from your heart and your mind. Exactly. Well, I think that's awesome. Yeah. And I think there should be more of that. And there has been some artists out there. We talked already off camera, like a Dead Mouse. Mm-hmm. That style might be a little bit different, but same thing there. You're going for it all on your own, and that's very commendable. But what got you interested in music in the first place? Like, how long have you been, jamming around or writing things down? Or well, when I was growing up, I was really into metal and Metallica, Megadeth. Awesome. Yeah, all that good stuff. And I kind of picked up playing guitar, and me and my friends got really into it. Like, I was playing like 6 to 8 hours a day every day. Come home from school, run to my room, jam.
And it really just picked up and became a big part of my life, and music has just always been a big part of my life. And as I got into video, going into high school, because I'm 20 years old, to say that on camera.
Yeah.
I don't know, people think I'm older than I am. But as I got into video, I kind of faded out music, unfortunately. But then when I did pick it back up, I got into acoustic, and I started singing, and I started playing with my voice and using that as an instrument. And really, like, it just came together and pulled through, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, I really enjoy it, and I'm an eclectic fellow myself, different genres, but I be honest with you, I hadn't heard about you until my friends at Cheeky Monkey. And I mention them on every show only because they deserve it, but Marianne had posted something on Facebook or whatever, but yeah, and I checked it out.
Thank you, Marianne, if you're
watching. And Roland, we don't want to leave him in the background.
Sorry.
So yeah, I'm grateful that she did that, because
I am too. She's helped me out a lot. I got a show there, just walked in and asked her if I could have a show. She gave it to me on the spot.
Awesome.
And like, I'm just starting out, really. Like, I wanted to go in with a bang, you know, go in with a music video.
Well, you've definitely done that, and I want to thank you for stopping by once again. Do you have a website that
I
people
do. Can go to? www.markurs, markurs.com.
We'll flash that up on the screen, and poof, there it is there now.
You can see all my music, all my videos, everything that I've basically ever done.
And right now, it's free.
Yeah.
You're not charging anything, so go check out Markurs Andrew. And right now we're going to show, this is called Satellites. And just before I show that, did you record that here in Sarnia?
Oh, my basement in Sarnia, actually.
Is that right?
yeah, I did.
That's
all
awesome.
Homemade.
All right. Well, congratulations on your new video.
Thank you very much.
Take a look and check out his website, but right now take a look at Markurs Andrew and Satellites right here on the show.
The aftermath is a ballad. For what? She's staring at what? The question confront. Discreet agreements gave me something to believe in. But what? And I float zero gravity to achieve illusion of serenity. I've lost touch with reality, trying to find my identity, trying to stay content, trying to circumvent, trying to just ignore every urge that I present. And days pass by, we never fit together. It's a day at a time. What I started in my youth, I won't do until I die. Just do until I subside. Lift off his closure a little bit closer to something that I'll never see. The timing is everything. Let's make the point of this ballad history. Chill, self-guilt, terminal crime just killing me softly. I form in orbit, but I don't conform, I swear that's not me. But this routine pushed away most of what I love. It's numb the fact that when I turn back, I'll just fall from above. And days pass by, we never fit together. It's a day at a time. We rise from the nether, but we raise too high. Jet to the cosmos, away we fly. If this dive is hopeless and I've lost all focus, an outcome that I'll never see. If closure is everything, let's make the end of this battle
Markurs Andrew, thank you so much for sharing time here. Markurs Andrew, I got to tell you, very impressed by this young gentleman. Again, doing all his own video work, music, everything involved in what you just saw there. So professionally done, and we're very, very excited to be able to have shared that here with you on the show. Markurs promises to stay in touch with us here, and we're going to have him back on the show, I'm sure, and looking forward to some great things from this young gentleman, Markurs Andrew. Thanks so much again. All right, going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it's time to wrap up the show with some special events.
You're watching the Southern Star Network in the United Kingdom, Spain, France, Australia, Germany, New Zealand, the Caribbean, Panama, Mexico, Hong Kong, and China. We rock the world.
All right, back one final time here on the show. We're going to wrap things up with some local events happening here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. But just before we do, I'd like to take a moment and say thank you to the Southern Star Network for featuring our show here. Recently, our internet world premiere with the Southern Star Network started locally here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, but now, thanks to the Southern Star Network, we've got a worldwide audience. So thank you to them. And I'd like to say a very special hello to all of my new viewers from visiting all over around the world. Now, speaking of around the world, I would really like to get some independent artists from all over the world on here. I'm always going to have some Canadian and local, and then I'd also like to have some worldwide stuff. So if you're an independent artist and you'd like to be here on the show, you can contact me directly at the show at davidburrows.ws. I'll check you out and most likely contact you, and we'll get you here on the show. It's pretty simple. We'll do an interview via Skype or whatever. But anyway, please send me your info once again to the show at davidburrows.ws. All right, well, let's go to the local side. Of course, Christmas is getting closer and closer, and unfortunately, there are many families here in our community of Sarnia, Ontario, of 73,000 people and surrounding us, that don't have the money or the opportunity to share in a wonderful Christmas. So, to help with that, K106.3 put together the Gift of Christmas. And there's a way you can find out how you can donate your unwrapped gift presents or food, or there's a whole bunch of different things you can do to help our families here in Sarnia, Ontario to have a wonderful Christmas. So to find out more, go to k106fm.com, or you can go to my website, davidburrows.ws, and you'll see a link there that'll take you to some information to give the gift of Christmas. All right. Well, laughter is always a good thing. In fact, they say it's often the best medicine. And this Friday, November the 16th, at the Trinity Lounge here in Sarnia, Ontario, Aaron Hopkins, local person and extraordinarily show promoter, or they call him a lot of things, but he's a wonderful guy doing a great thing. Comedy night down at the Trinity Lounge this Friday, November the 16th. Doors open at 8 o'clock and show goes on at 8:30. Tickets are only $10 at the door, or if you're a student, only $8. And there's going to be a whole list of local comedians, as well as comedians down from Toronto, Ontario, and surrounding area, as well as, I don't know the name, but I'm told that there's going to be a professional comedian who's very popular on the Canadian circuit making an appearance there as well. So if you're looking for some laughter, this Friday, November the 16th, down at the Trinity Lounge for Comedy Night. All right, well, very excited about this one as well. Coming up November the 17th, this Saturday, it's the return of Two Twisted Fisted Rock and Roll with Bob Noxious, coming down from London, Ontario to Sarnia at the Stubborn Mule, along with K106.3 to have this show. $5 to get in, and $5 goes to the local food bank here in Sarnia, Ontario, as well as you're welcome to bring some non-perishable food items as well. Two-Fisted Twisted Rock and Roll. I got to tell you, Bob Noxious, these guys are incredible, phenomenal. Had a chance to meet them last year when they were here around Christmas time, and looking forward to this again. It's going to be awesome, and we will be down there with the show camera, and we'll have an exclusive video interview with Bob Noxious. Maybe they don't know it yet, but they always give me an interview. But anyway, we're looking forward to that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So get down to the Stubborn Mule this Saturday, November the 17th. Doors open at 9 o'clock, so be ready to go. And special guests, local boys here. We've had them here on the show before. When Systems Collide will be opening up for Bob Noxious, and these guys are awesome, incredible, phenomenal. Had them here on the show a few weeks ago. So there's your local wrap-up. I want to say thank you so much once again to all you viewers. That's all the time I got for you. Have a great week and an even better weekend. I'll see you next time right here on the show. Bye for now.